This is the most searched for and read story of all my case stories, and it's about Millie. Millie is a Labrador and she ate plaster off the walls. But why? 5-year-old golden Labrador Millie has to be just about as near the perfect dog any family could wish for. She is sweet and gentle with their 4-year-old boy, who, thanks to his parents, treats her with unusual respect for such a young child. She's perfect, apart from just this: she eats plaster. Millie is making holes in the walls. The young family moved into a brand new house 6 months ago. There are 2 holes each side of the front door, one by the back door, and damage to the plaster in various rooms, both upstairs and downstairs. Why is it a dog that seems so happy and well adjusted is eating plaster? My detective work could only deduce that it could be any of all or several possible reasons. My first suspicion before arriving was that it could be something to do with the calcium lacking in Millie's diet. And as soon as I entered the kitchen, I saw a bowl of Baker's Complete on the floor. And this immediately gave weight to my first thoughts about nutrition. A good food should have the required amount of everything in it. Baker's, for all its pretty colours and extra flavouring, is rubbish. The first time Millie started eating plaster, the day that their first baby was born. It would be safe to assume that it was due to stress. She had been left alone a lot longer than usual while everyone was at the hospital, and it was a one-off. Then a couple of years elapsed until, at a barbecue, Millie swallowed what I think was a bamboo skewer. It punctured both her intestines. She was in a vet hospital for days and she nearly died. This was undoubtedly a huge upset for everybody, and then the eating plaster habit began. On the day of their new baby's arrival 5 weeks ago, the plaster eating escalated. All but one of the incidents occurred on occasions when Millie had been left alone for 8 hours, but it didn't happen every time. Some days it was after she'd had a long morning walk with lots of ball play, but other days she has no walk at all. It's possible that either too much arousal on walks, ball throwing, or no walk at all on the day of the chewing, or the previous day may have been a factor also. Possibly she has mild separation issues when left for hours. Could it be boredom? Taking a video could be difficult as she roams the house, although they will now restrict her to part downstairs. Frustration at being shut in one place may cause more trouble, so we won't risk it. The eating plaster isn't always by the doors they leave from. Right, and Millie does have one other thing that needs attention. She pulls on lead, and the young lady is unable to walk her whilst carrying or pushing the baby, something which we are addressing. For Millie to be healthy in both mind and body, she does need a daily outing, and some days walks are missed. I say outing because she needs time outside to do dog things. She doesn't need to be stirred up with too much ball chasing. Millie is a sensitive dog and will pick up on emotions from her humans who have been through a lot of change recently. Stress builds up, and perhaps eating plaster does the job for Millie of relieving the stress. Being scolded scares her, isn't working, and may well be adding to whatever emotions are driving her to do it in the first place. Sadly, today she showed fear when they came in the front door. What, apart from the obvious, does Millie get out of eating plaster? Does it just make her feel better? Is it a build-up of stress? Is she suffering from separation problems? Does it supplement her diet? Does it relieve her boredom? Is it to do with exercise? Is it just a habit? Is it simply a mix of some of all of these things? As a precise diagnosis into why she's eating plaster is impossible, we will try to cover all possibilities. Her food is already being changed in case plaster eating is due to lack of calcium in her diet or some nutrition. Low quality nutrition isn't good for brain food either. Stress will be reduced in every way possible. The humans will no longer scold if they come in and see damage. Millie will be given regular walks whilst not overstimulated, and also will teach her to walk nicely so that the young lady can walk her with the baby. Any possible separation issues will be worked on. She'll be left with plenty of stuff to do and chew when they go out, including a marrow bone, lots of calcium, much better than eating plaster. They're going to make arrangements for Millie to be left alone for so long on certain days, not to be left alone. Maybe eating plaster is now becoming a habit. If we cover all angles, the behavior should cease. If it doesn't, then I suggest she has a thorough vet check to make sure she's not got anything else going on inside her. Now, this was a while ago, and 3 weeks later, I had an email. I am happy to say no more damaged walls. It works best leaving Millie in the lounge when we're out. She's now eating both her meals and seems to like the duck with it. We changed the food. Their little boy loves getting involved too and helping Millie. He loves her. She is doing much better on the loose lead, and we're just taking it slow, but it's good to see the progress.